Well, pay the price is what President Trump is telling those House Republicans when it comes to tax reform. Big conference call yesterday. Either pass those cuts or lose in 2018. The president now moving full steam ahead on his tax plan. And today his daughter Ivanka is on the road to push that plan to the people. Former Congresswoman Nan Hayworth will be with the first daughter today. Nan's going to be moderating the White House tax reform town hall in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Let's bring her in right now, as well as GOP strategist Amy Tarkanian. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning.
Well, Nan, we already teased it, so let's get to it. You're going to be talking about tax reform with Ivanka today. What is the strategy with the White House putting the first daughter out there to try and push through tax reform and to get more people on board with the president's plan?
Well, you know, Cheryl, as we all know, Ivanka Trump is a very successful businesswoman and also the mother of 3 young children. And she is an articulate and eloquent speaker for the importance of respecting families and understanding that families in America today are having a lot of trouble making ends meet because, of course, there's a lot that the president has to do to grow the economy. And one of the key components of that is, in fact, tax reform that will put dollars back into the pockets of hardworking Americans, especially the middle class. So an expanded child tax credit is a great way to help working families, middle class families, to be able to afford to, in fact, have 2 parents who may have careers go to work, you know, to afford to educate, to afford to clothe and feed and do all the things that we want to do for our families. So, and this is a proposal, by the way, to expand the child tax credit that has a lot of support.
Right. And Amy, you know, so obviously Nan's going to be out with Ivanka later today. But overall, the president on this conference call yesterday really putting pressure on House Republicans, saying you need to take that budget bill from the Senate. You need to pass it. Seems like Paul Ryan is on board with that. This paves the way on the calendar for us to get something done on tax reform. Amy, can they get it done? Can the GOP finally come together on this?
I sure hope so. And I loved everything that Nan just had to share about the child tax credits being expanded. For one, I'm a mother. I'm married to a hardworking middle class husband who basically, you know, nickels and dimes everything to the point where we can make sure that our family of 4 is able to get what we need. This would help, you know, pay towards education, pay towards health care.
Okay.
I love all of this. I don't see how this would be difficult for the Republicans to pass. They need to do this. We need tax reform badly. There's a major problem when you have hardworking Americans paying more for taxes than they are for food, housing, and clothing combined.
But the politics of this, ladies, is what I'm trying to get at here. This is Washington. All of these are great points you're both making about families want this. This would be good. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down, Nan, to the politics. You're in Congress. You know what I'm talking about. What happens when you get the dark horse congressman or woman, the dark horse senator that says, wait a minute, I have an issue with X, Y, Z in this plan. You know that's coming, Nan. But who's it going to be and what's their point going to be?
And, of course, Amy understands that very well, obviously, in the state of Nevada. As you know, Cheryl, there are folks at the margins of these issues in the Senate and in the House, folks who are very, very fiscally conservative who may say, look, we have to have a balance when we propose these tax credits. We have to have a balance so that we have enough tax revenues coming in to fund the federal government. Then there are other folks who say, look, if we give, and I certainly would fall into this category. Number one, Americans need tax relief. Just as Amy was saying, they desperately need it. The federal government has placed too many burdens on them. And we need to have a dynamic approach to our tax policy. And we need to anticipate that when we put more dollars into the hands of American consumers, American moms and dads, working folks, middle class folks, that's going to grow our economy. So, in fact, there are going to be, Art Laffer said it for years, and he's right, there are going to be all kinds of tax revenues that will flow in. So I'm sure that's the case that the president's making and that Ivanka Trump is making, is that when we empower American families, when we let them keep their hard-earned dollars through tax credits, through tax relief, then the economy will grow and we will have the tax revenues we need to fund the federal government. And that's the argument the president's going to be making.
All right. And you both make great points. And we should point out, Amy, that your husband, Dan, is running for U.S. Senate out of Nevada. Want to make that clear connection to our viewers. They understand when you're talking about your husband. He's actually running for office as well. Nan, Amy, thank you very much. Appreciate it, ladies.
Thanks.